Welcome to the very first Helen's Take on Screencast. So this is a new series of screencasts and they're going to vary in terms of the content. So sometimes we're going to talk about some shortcuts that you can use to speed yourself up. Sometimes we're going to talk about some cool feature within IntelliJ IDEA, and sometimes we're going to talk about some general coding tips that you can use to help speed you up in your workflow. So as it's the first one today, I'm going to take a look at some of my favorite keyboard shortcuts. Now, when you first start to use IntelliJ IDEA, it's really helpful to get familiar with some, not all, some of the keyboard shortcuts that are available to you. So some of my favorite keyboard shortcuts. The first one is, let me show it to you up here. It is Alt and Enter. So you can use this in a number of places, even when it's not an error or when IntelliJ IDEA hasn't given you any indication that you could use it. It's always worth trying it just to see what your options are. So up here, I have declared 3 strings in one statement. I want to split them into separate declarations. So I can use Alt and Enter. That's going to bring up context actions, and I can scroll through this list, split into separate declarations. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to press enter on that. So I just want to make you aware that you can use Alt and Enter in a number of different scenarios. It's always worth trying it to see what IntelliJ IDEA suggests in that respect. So next shortcut that I want to take you through is Search Everywhere, because it's the first video and I would be remiss not to mention Search Everywhere. So double tap Shift twice, and it will bring up the Search Everywhere dialog. So in here, you can search for, you guessed it, pretty much anything right across your project. So for example, we can search for ignore, and then you can tab through the various options that you've got available to you. I do really like the Git view here. It's very helpful for searching through your Git commits. So it's quite new as well. So if you've not seen that, that's definitely worth checking out. Okay, I'm going to escape out of that one. Next shortcut that I really want to show you is statement completion. So this is where IntelliJ IDEA will do the best it can do to keep your code compiling and keep your code green. So whenever you're writing anything, you do not need to put the semicolon on. IntelliJ IDEA will do that for you. For example, let's create a new, what can we have? Holly. And again, we could just type semicolon. So arguably it's more to type Command Shift and return or Control Shift return in here, but it's about getting your fingers in the habit of doing it. So for example, if we come down here, let's try private void new method, opening bracket. IntelliJ IDEA is going to close the bracket for me. I'm going to use statement completion. So Command Shift and Enter, or Control Shift and Enter on Windows, and it's going to put the curly brackets in, and it's going to put my caret exactly where I expect my caret to be. So in some places, yes, it's more keyboard strokes, but it is really worth getting familiar with it and just using it out of habit, because that means you don't need to worry about your opening and closing brackets. IntelliJ IDEA is going to do that for you. Okay. Final shortcut that I would like to show you today is one of the first shortcuts that I learned. If I show you, let's go to recent files and go to code formatting. If you have a class that is badly formatted, such as this one, there is a really easy way to fix it up. You can use Command, Option and L, and that's going to reformat the class for you. So it's going to adhere to your coding and your style guidelines, which is really nice, especially if you've just been hammering away at the code and maybe some indentations got a little bit out of sync. Again, just Command, Option and L, or Control, Alt and L for Windows. So that's it. Those are the shortcuts for today. I hope they were useful, and I will see you again soon. Thanks for watching.